Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. We're talking about the Knicks' historical win last night. Overtime, they stomped the Cavaliers. Wow. I watched 3 of the 4 quarters. It was a sloppy game for 2 quarters. After halftime, the Knicks were still down. 4th quarter, roughly 7 minutes to go, and they came back. It was crazy. But it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. Myself, born and raised in New Jersey. You know my story already. Moved to New York in 1981. I have to ask, are today's Knicks fans more dedicated than yesteryear? Brawling in the streets, and I have to respect it. I got a video. Maybe I can play it without getting some type of copyright notification. Brawling, teeing off on people. Some little Boricua mommy, she's holding the phone, and she's socking the shit out of somebody. Pow! Little skinny white kids out there brawling, putting up his dukes. Man, you guys can call in, and I want you to call in. I don't know today's basketball like you do. Supposedly, this victory last night was some type of record for a comeback, and we're gonna have to talk about what this means moving forward. Because if the Cavaliers, don't have what it takes to now come back, and I think that last night's ass whooping was a real mental game, then they might get swept. People are saying Knicks in 6, SMD, but they may get swept, the Cavaliers. Here's what I need to know from you guys, and I need you today. This is a research show. Did Kobe Bryant say James Harden was trash, or did he say his style of playing will never win a ring? I think Kobe said something. I don't remember, exactly, but wow. Monumental game. I have to talk basketball today, all right? Hey, good afternoon. Live chat, troll babies. Members only today. Sucker shit. Members only. Thank you for being a member. If you're not a member, you need to become a member, okay? Please don't call here if you're broke, trying to get in on the conversation. Become a member so we can really discuss all this in detail, all right? Showrunner, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, down in Montgomery, Alabama. Did you see her speaking? She took a page out of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's page. Did you know that? He's the first person that I saw to have that big plexiglass in front of him at the Million Man March. Anybody remember? Huh? Minister Farrakhan, he knew what time it was decades ago. Charlie Kirk should have had, that plexiglass, but, he didn't. Anyway, so Alexandria, or AOC, is the acronym, down there talking that talk. Now, I'm no supporter of hers in particular. I think she's pretty annoying, but is she putting forth something that people should pay attention to, regardless of what party you belong to, or whatever your philosophy, ideology is in today's day and time here in America? She's trying to rally, for the Democrats, on behalf of Democrats. Pardon me, I'm no Democrat, but she's talking the talk and walking the walk. I have to respect that to some degree. I'm going to play her speech a little bit later, but first I want to fully address the New York Knicks fans. Again, I just brawling. It reminded me of the old Philadelphia Eagle fans. Anybody from Philly in the live chat? Who remembers Veterans Stadium? You couldn't be from another city or state and go to Veterans Stadium wearing a jersey. You would get ran down on. And they had the jail right downstairs. Anybody from Philly know what I'm talking about? The old Veterans Stadium, I think I'm pretty sure they tore it down. They would set it on you. The New York Knicks fans are in those streets for real. I don't know how much a hot dog costs now in Madison Square Garden. Guys, how much does a beer cost? How much does popcorn cost? So if they're not in the in the Garden, MSG, but they're in the streets, you know, catching fades. Pow, pow, pow. I have to respect that. Area code 770. Can you hear me? 770.
I can hear you loud and clear. What's good, my guy?
There you go. You're my first caller. Please watch the language. Where do you want to start, sir?
Talk to me. Hey, last night's game was rocking and popping. If anybody knows James Harden's playoff tenure, you already know he's the choke job master. We all know this.
I don't know, sir. Can you educate us? I watched 3 out of the 4 quarters. And please turn that down in the background, please. Whatever you got going in the background, turn it down.
According to James Harden's playoff resume, he doesn't deliver in the playoffs.
Okay.
He doesn't deliver. So if you're doing a scout report, if you're doing your homework, yeah, I'm gonna abuse him in the paint.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull his skirt down and I'm gonna give it to him the long way. All day.
Pause. Whoa. Okay, hold on a second. Hold a second. How many teams has he played with? Because I've been seeing videos.
He started off with OKC. He started off as the trio in OKC with KD and that other what's the other Russell Westbrook.
Yes. Okay.
Then they packed them up. They packed them up and they shipped them out to the Clippers. And he got clipped from the Clippers.
Okay. He's been on like 5 teams, yes? 5 or 6 teams now.
He's been on at least 4 or 5 teams easily.
Okay.
So if you know your homework, yeah, what? I got JH on me? You know what? Shit, let me put this Vaseline.
Sir, you have to watch the language or I have to get you out of here. It's that simple.
That's my fault.
You can't curse.
That's my fault.
Jesus.
That's my fault, God.
And I need you to turn that down in the background. Can you hear me? Turn it down in the background. You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
It's down. That's my fault, God. It's down.
I don't want to hear it's my fault. Just don't curse. Come on, man. Early afternoon.
Come on. I got you. But yeah, today's Knicks fans, we out here to violate anybody. We violate your grandma if she's talking crazy. You heard? We out here.
I saw some cute little
on 7th Ave.
I saw some cute little Puerto Rican girl. She's holding the phone with the left hand and clocking somebody who had her.
Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it.
Come on.
It don't matter if it's from the Midtown North, Midtown South. It matters if it's from the president. Anybody's going to get it. You heard? I just wanted to holler at you. Hey, check your email.
I
sent you the clip with Kobe and T-Mac talking about James Harden.
Well, can you tell me about it? Because I got a lot of clips to play. Just what did Kobe say?
His style of play, like Kobe said, his style of play is not going to win you championships.
Okay.
And we all know Kobe is one of the basketball gods.
Right.
Top 3. We all know that.
Right.
Mike, LeBron, Kobe, however order you want to put it, that's up to you.
Right.
So Kobe knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
And James Harden's resume speaks for itself.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
I'm going to land my plane. I'm going to holler back, double up.
Holler back. Thank you. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. Everybody okay? Brand new mixer, headphones. Let's all take it easy. Let me take a sip of my Corona. Corona in the afternoon. Peace, the Most High. Are you busy? Can you call in? I'm trying to be educated. Are the Knicks going to sweep the Cavs? How many days off were the Knicks since since stomping the 76ers, stomped them out? Maybe they had a little bit of just a lag, and that's why they were getting beat the first 3 quarters. Yes, no, let me look in the live chat. Maybe that's why they couldn't pull it together until the 4th quarter. Hey, for those of you who don't know, isn't Jalen Brunson Jamaican? So the yard man, brought the Knicks back last night. Yes, no? I don't think he's foundational Black American. I could be wrong. Area code 646. Are you there? Please watch the language. Good afternoon.
So I'm here.
Peace. How are you, sir? How are you?
I'm good. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks.
SMD, but don't say the whole word. Who started that?
Yeah, I know.
Who started that? Knicks and 6 SMD.
That was the crowd. That was the crowd outside of MSG. I want to say last last year playoff run.
Right.
I forgot who we played, but it started last year for sure.
But is it like one or two people, or somebody just came up with that? I love it. Knicks and 6, SMD. Love it.
No, no, it's just something. It's just something our generation just always says. You know, you know how New Yorkers is. They always throw the Franks at the face.
Right.
So,
hey,
yeah. But
how about we start right here?
Much this year.
How about we start right here? Are today's Knicks fans more dedicated than the fans of yesteryear? All that 1999, 2000 stuff, that was hot. But the kids today are brawling. And a lot of those people stayed outside of Madison Square Garden until the bitter end. They didn't leave. That's dedication.
Today's Knicks team gives us something that we never had before. You know, unless you grew up in the 70s, we'll walk Clyde, you know, the Busher.
That old stuff. That old stuff.
Our old stuff, but we never had a team that could go toe-to-toe with any contender.
Okay.
So, and we never had a point guard. If you remember the last, 25 years, the Knicks were always searching for a point guard that could get his own. The Knicks haven't had someone like Jalen Brunson before, and you're seeing it unfold game after game.
So, listen, you got to educate me. I don't claim to know everything about the Knicks now, but if I had to, me speaking from a position of history, I like Jalen Brunson better than Mark Jackson. What do you say to that?
Oh, 100%. I said it as soon as we acquired him.
Right.
He played his first game.
Right.
We just never had a point guard that had a skill set like that.
Right.
You know, so I'll put him behind Clyde because Clyde has the chips.
Right.
But in reality, Jalen Brunson is the best Knick ever. Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you. Again, I want to be educated. You might be right because Bernard King didn't get a ring, right?
Carmelo
didn't even get close.
Melo.
Allen Houston, trash. He was trash. Come on.
Trash.
Come on.
Yes, Stephon Marbury. It's just Phil Jackson. You know, it's just lost hope, false hope. I mean, you know?
Right.
And we have something to cheer for now.
Yeah.
So it's not a fluke.
Okay.
Not a fluke.
Okay.
Star.
Yeah.
What happened to the Southern cooking? The Southern cooking.
What do you mean?
That I was hearing about the last 2 years. Last 2 years, you know, Indiana was eliminating the Knicks. And I want to say Florida J or somebody like that was, you know, saying
Florida Boy J
and all this.
Florida Boy J, you mean?
So somebody from down there, you know. So what happened to the Southern cooking? Where is Atlanta? Where is Philadelphia? Where is Detroit? Where are these teams right now?
But listen. I'm going to say this: if the Knicks make it to the finals, you might see me out. I'm as serious as colon cancer. Outside of Madison Square Garden with a Knick jersey on, just on some rah-rah-ish. I might have to do that if they make it to the final. Hold me to that, all right? Hold me to that.
Hey, they can't make it and lose, man. You got to make it and, you know?
All right, salute.
Bro.
All right.
Salute.
Knicks and 6 SMD. Crown, I got your donation. Are you calling in, sir? If not, salute just the same. He says, FAOC. Okay. Whoa, Crown. Thank you. Well, if we're going to be objective, and I want to, this is the objective perspective. If there's anyone of Hispanic descent, and you can call in, educate me, educate the listeners. Maybe AOC is going to accomplish what a lot of black leaders could not. Okay, you may not like her lack of knowledge of history. I know she's got that Chihuahua thing going on about her, but you know, man, she went to Martin Luther King Jr.'s first church, the Dexter Baptist Memorial Church. I was there a couple of years ago. You can go to my IG page. I was right outside filming. I put boots to the ground. She says she was moved by the fact that it only held 300 people. So is she going to cosplay? I would imagine to some degree. Maybe she's going to get something done that black people have been trying to get done and just couldn't do respectfully. I don't know. Let me go to area code 809. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Leave the cursing to me. New York Knicks. Are you up to speed? 809.
I'm from New York, Queens.
Let's go.
I've seen this movie before.
Let's go.
And I want to give you a few perspectives, if you don't mind.
What can I ask? How old are you, sir?
Good.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 42. 42.
Okay. All right. Come a little closer to the phone. You sound far away. I want to hear you out loud and clear.
42. I'm calling from the great land of the Dominican Republic. 42.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. Last night I saw the game, man. Right. And what I saw was basically Cleveland actually could have won. But I felt that at the last 7 minutes, they kind of like, not gave up, but kind of like sat on their hands a little bit. And Brunson was the spark because, you know, he's a scorer. He's like someone that can just turn it off and on whenever he wants. But the sad part is you saw they don't really have like a team. You didn't really see Anthony, the center guy. You didn't really see him really stepping up and making big moves. And I think in the long run, that's going to hurt them because when Harden, when Mitchell, and when Mobley, and that other guy on the Cleveland Cavaliers, when they start shooting those threes and start playing their game full forward, then we're going to see the Knicks again not make it to the finals because Brunson is the only spark there. The only one you can really count on. You don't really have any other players.
Sir, the big zesty nigga came through last night. Sir, the big zesty nigga on the Knicks. He got busy. Towns got busy.
Towns, yeah, that's his name, Towns. I didn't really see anything too aggressive from him last night, even though he didn't have a bad game.
Right.
I didn't see too much aggression from him. And as we saw in the crowd, we saw Ewing, Sprewell, we saw Johnson, we saw.
So we always see them. Can we not waste time on them? Now, with all due respect, you are in the
all right.
No. You are in the Dominican Republic. Sure. Hang on, I see that.
You wanted.
Did you live in New York, sir? Hang on. Did you live in New York for a time? Did you live in New York?
Of course. I'm from around Queen Hollis, man. Farmers Boulevard. Man.
Did you get deported while you back in DR? Did you get dipped? Seriously.
Did I get what?
Dipped. Deported. We should say dipped back in the days. Why are you back in DR?
I can't travel. I can't have fun.
I'm just asking.
Can't live?
I'm just asking.
I thought you was like communist or something. A man can enjoy for a few weeks in his home in the Dominican Republic.
Well, listen,
don't you change politics?
You sound like a hater, and I can respect if you are, but if you spent time in New York, you know, you're supposed to ride with
I'm not really a hater. I'm a realist.
Okay.
I've seen the movie before. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've seen the movie before.
Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate the call. Keep me posted. I'm trying to get up to speed on all of this, man. I mean, I'm not trolling. I want to see the Knicks get a ring before I check out. But
me too.
You had the last word. Go ahead. You have the last word.
Right.
Go ahead.
My last word is I like what's going on, but I don't see too many other assets other than Brunson to make the finals. All right. That's all I have to say.
Salute. Okay. Yeah, I can tell when somebody, got dipped. Guys, do they still say dipped? Or is that like something we should say from the 80s? Dipped is short for deported. He hesitated. Okay. Guys, I'm going to hold off on what Kobe said about James Harden for right now. Loyalty T, I got your donation. Damn, he said Knicks in 4. Whoa. Knicks in 4. Okay. Mr. Atlas got your donation. Thank you, sir. He says truth or square day, supreme alphabets peace. Thank you, sir. Hey, Miriam, good to hear from you. Okay. Guys, thank you for the email about the some type of car explodes in New York City near Wall Street. In the words of Sweet Brown, ain't nobody got time for that right now. We focused on these Knicks, man. We focused on these Knicks. Area code 718, please watch the language out the gate. Are today's Knicks fans more dedicated than yesteryear? 718.
Moses, I'm calling from Queens, man. I'm 35. How you doing?
Yes, sir. How are you? How are you?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say much, man. You know, I like to me when it was up by 22, I had like to be honest with you, like I'm not gonna say I don't want them to win, but as much as I love when they win, but at the same time, I was like, man, are they gonna come back? And then they surprised me and they came back. You understand? So it was like if
you gave up, sir.
Two,
Sir. You gave up. You gave up.
And
no, keep it real. I'm asking. I'm not trying to clown you. You get to say I gave up. Keep it real.
I was like, you know, I'm kind of done, you know. And then next thing you know, I turned my head. They came back, you know. So and I was excited. So I'm like, okay, now let's win game 2. You know what I'm saying? Like game 2, we don't want to be a team that's down 22 and we come back. You know what I'm saying? But I want them to win. You understand? I want New York to win game 2. If we win game 2, then I'm pretty much.
Where you from, sir? I hear an accent. Where's your family from?
Queens. I was born and raised in New York.
But where's your family from? Where's your family from?
They from 80, man.
80 where? I'm just asking. You know, we're just having a conversation.
What
country? Yeah. What country, sir?
Haiti.
Oh, Haiti. Okay, pardon me. I didn't hear you. Okay, say. Okay, so. Yeah. So now the fans brawling in the streets. I'm going to play a video. Brawling. Young kids, niggas like 106 pounds teeing off on people with Cavalier jerseys. I respect that, man. So, I mean, you know, you're 30 what you say? How old are you again? 30 what?
35. I'm a Knicks fan.
No, sir. You're a Knicks bandwagon nigga. Respect. You're a bandwagon nigga.
Nah, I'm a Knicks fan, bro. I always been a Knicks fan, even when they wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? But
have you ever been outside, sir, with the fans in the trenches like the kids now?
I never had it. I didn't have an opportunity to because I was busy a lot. But for a fact that listen, like at some point I will. You know, but I usually stop at the bars to watch the game. I usually watch the game at home.
Troll babies, do I get him out of here? It sounds like he's pump faking.
Hmm?
Yeah. All right, so I appreciate the call. Salute. They say get him out of here. Never had the opportunity. Nigga, you're young, you got energy. Everybody sit tight. God damn. Look at these kids brawling.
How you doing, Star?
562. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there? 562.
You know I never cuss. This is Evelyn.
Hey, Evelyn, how are you? What's going on?
I've been flying back and forth. You know, my dad died and I had to take care of his business and stuff.
Condolences.
That's why I haven't even really been calling in. I had so much stuff going on and on and on.
Okay.
But I had, you came on early. It's early here in California. You know, it's only like almost 10 o'clock. So I had to call in about this AOC. Now, AOC, of course, she's going to go and she's going to do all the black things because I think she has her sights on being the president. She's going to have not only the Hispanic vote, she's going to have those black votes too. You know, you can't win without it. And that's just the bottom line there is to it. They tried to do something, but now everybody's unhappy. All you Hispanics, you wanted Donald Trump. I will vote for Trump. Okay, you got him.
Okay.
Be happy with him. Be happy with him. Because now you can't eat. Now you can't pay your rent. You got to get 5 families in one building. You can't buy no gas. You can't go to Home Depot and get you some side jobs. All of that's over with. Okay? But
Evelyn, can I jump in? Because with all due respect, black people here in America have had a lot of time. It appears that they might be losing their voting blocks, right? They have been voting. Hang on. They have been voting Democrat for decades. Some would say outside of entertainers and athletes, there's no real black community in America. Oh, there are black neighborhoods, but there's no black communities. Objectively speaking, and with regards to Latinas who, she's representing and other people of Latin descent, I think that's a false narrative that you're trying to push, that they're mad at Trump. No, the ones who have money, the ones who are thriving, are very much satisfied with what's going on with President Trump. But let's not talk about Trump. Let's not do that. AOC was in Alabama. Did you see her speaking behind the plexiglass like Louis Farrakhan? That's who started that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, what would be her real reason for going to all these places and dealing with these people? She never dealt with them before.
Boots to the ground, it's called. Boots to the ground.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah.
But see,
That's it.
You're going to black spaces in hopes of changing that vote. Because see, a lot of black people, they voted for Donald Trump. A whole lot of black people voted for Donald Trump. So that's what I'm saying. You can't win without us. Whether you are a Democrat or whether you are a Republican, you cannot win without us. All these people that's
Evelyn, I haven't played her video yet. I appreciate you calling, but I want us to really be objective here. You're a black woman. I respect that. You're close to my generation, right? You're not 60 yet.
I am. I'm a boomer.
Okay. But, we can't just be stuck in our ways. I've got nephews out here, and I've got 2 nieces in California. And how you and I grew up is one thing. But I'm just, do I like AOC? Not really. But I have to respect that she's putting boots to the ground. Would I vote for her? More than likely, no. No. But objectively speaking, she's in Alabama talking that talk. Black people were there listening to her. So let's speak to those people, what you think they may assess of her, because she's going to other states now. So let's have a real objective opinion about what she's doing.
Okay. We're going to watch her and see what she do. We're going to watch her and see all the spaces that she's going to enter and what she's going to do. She might not be trying to run for president. I don't know.
Bingo.
But it seems like it.
Okay.
So, but Star, I always have a good time talking to you. I'm sorry I haven't been calling you. I told you I've been really, really busy.
I know.
My dad died, and my dad lived with us.
Condolences.
So it's just a whole bunch of stuff, and it's a mess.
Okay. I appreciate you. You have a wonderful day. Thank you, Evelyn.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay. Everybody sit tight. Guys, I am no AOC supporter, but I have to look at what she may be trying to accomplish. I'm a person. I put boots to the ground. I have for decades. Many of you know this already. I've been to multiple cities when tragedies happen. Baltimore. Hell, I was in Ferguson down there, when Michael Brown got laid down. You can go to my IG page. I was out there in that goofy shit. Hands up, don't shoot. You got to be in it to win it. I'm not saying she's going to be a great president. I don't know what she's doing. But we have to at least ask, what is she doing? Let me play the video. And guys, sit tight. I'm coming to the phones. Where is AOC? Speaking in Montgomery, Alabama. She learned from Minister Farrakhan to get behind that goddamn plexiglass. Hold on a second. What is she up to? I haven't even watched the full speech yet. She might be neck jerking. Yeah, y'all, I'm saying no. Here we go.
How's it going, Montgomery? Fix all these microphones here. There's a lot of them. I love you too. How are we all doing today? in this moment and in this fight alongside each and every one of you, shoulder to shoulder, as we fight to continue the legacy and expand upon that of Montgomery, Alabama. I was with Senator Warnock last Sunday, and we were at Ebenezer Church in Atlanta. And after his beautiful sermon, Senator Warnock took me to the original Ebenezer that Martin Luther King Jr. had preached at and had organized in. And we sat inside that sanctuary. And what had struck me was how small it was. And Senator Warnock turned to me and he said, this sanctuary only fit 300 people. And he said, Congresswoman, can you believe that this sanctuary of just 300 people changed the world? Those 300 congregants at Ebenezer Baptist Church turned into those congregants at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church right behind us here today. And from Dr. King's work right here on Dexter Avenue, we saw the launch of the Montgomery bus boycotts. And it was right here in Montgomery where we saw some of the most cruel repression in the history of America, where we also saw the highest angels of American history rise to create our democracy. Because it wasn't until the Voting Rights Act that was passed.
Now, if you're saying she's a goofy, you might be right. But she's in the streets. Trying to get a weight up. Hang on a second. Let me just go to the live chat to my members, huh? That's got to count for something. Out there in them streets, as you guys like to say. Behind the plexiglass. Okay. Well, you guys are tearing her apart, as you should. If she doesn't set her, you better think. What? Oh, I like that one. There you go. Okay. Sit tight in the phone queue. I think Boris, sit tight. Let me just come on. 30 more seconds, and then we'll have a healthy discussion here.
That we even had a democracy in this country. There was no democracy in America until every human being born here was guaranteed and protected the right to vote. But we know what happened after those bus boycotts. And we know what happened on the trail to make sure that we got that legislation passed. Because with every expansion, there is an attempt at regression. This Supreme Court, under Justice Roberts, is part of that long history of regression and repression in America. But they do not triumph, Montgomery. You triumph, Montgomery. And I am here today because I want to make sure that we all understand that Montgomery is not alone, that you all are not alone. And for all of those watching today, when they ask, what do we do in this moment? I feel helpless. What action can I take? It is time for the North to pull up to the South. It is time for New York to pull up to Alabama. It is time for all of us to come to Georgia, to Louisiana, to Tennessee, to Mississippi, and let them know exactly what they have uncorked with this injustice. They think they can draw us out of power. They do not know the sleeping giant that they just awakened. Because it is not a coincidence And our whole country must understand that it was not until voting rights were ratified in this country that we got the Great Society. Because when Black Americans have the right to vote and that vote is protected, our schools get funded. When voting rights are protected, healthcare gets expanded. When voting rights are protected, our country moves forward. In Montgomery, that's what they're actually afraid of. They're afraid of us coming together. They're afraid of us protecting one another. Alabama is the crucible. Georgia is the crucible. Tennessee, Louisiana, Mississippi is the crucible. So if you
Here's the real question for a lot of you black men in that live chat. The real question: would you smash? That's all, you have to admit to. Would you smash? And if you would smash, she would get your endorsement. Okay, thank you for chiming in. I'm not mad at her. Would I vote for her? No, she doesn't represent my business interest. But at the same time, we have to respect the jokes, if that's what it's going to be. Oh, I think this is my guy right here. Boris, is that you tapping in Wednesday afternoon? Boris.
Knicks and 4, and they will wipe the floor. How are you?
They looked good last night, coming back in the fourth quarter. Well, Jalen Brunson and the rest of the team. I was like, whoa! Was that like the best comeback in their history? I don't know, Boris.
Star, when I come here with facts. So before I come here to preach,
come on,
I would like to take a few shots at inaccurate callers before. Number one, James Harden was not shipped from the Rockets to the Clippers.
Okay.
He went to Brooklyn.
Okay.
That's fact number one.
Right.
Fact number two, for the other caller who said that Jalen Brunson is the only force or the only offensive force, that's partially true. However, that's not the big picture because Iron Man, a.k.a. Mikal Bridges, has been coming in clutch in the playoffs.
Okay.
If it weren't for him, we are not winning against Boston. If it weren't for him, we are not making this comeback. So please give respect where it's due.
Okay.
Yes, Jalen Brunson right now, if he retired, I would say he is maybe top 3 Knicks of all time. He is still not better than Ewing because Ewing made it to 2 finals, but he is on the way to be the greatest Knick. For sure, he passed Bum Carmelo. Star. Carmelo has been in the league for 19 years, made it to the playoffs 13 times.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson, 6 playoff appearances. He already surpassed him in points in half the time.
Right.
Okay. Now let's talk about James Harden. The one thing that you did not mention, and I like to come with facts.
Okay.
James Harden has played, I believe, a total of 188 playoff games, 48 of which he has scored equal his field goals and his turnovers or more. Last night, I believe he had 6 turnovers and he made 5 field goals.
Okay.
So a quarter of his playoff games, he had more turnovers than actual made baskets. This is abysmal. And what you said before, yes, this was the second greatest comeback in 30 years since 1997. I told you this before. This Knicks team, and I used to like to watch the 90s Knicks.
Okay.
They are surpassing them in many categories.
Woo.
It's scary.
Can I jump in, Boris? I have to say, for those who don't know, I am the objective hater, not a player hater. I want to see the Knicks get a ring. They deserve to get one. The number one market. But with regards to the fans, I like what I see. The young crash out fans, people less than 130 pounds brawling in the goddamn street. That speaks volumes to me. Hey, we're here. We're in the streets, and we're gonna ride out with you. It was beautiful last night. Those who stuck around until not just they won, but after the goddamn game. It was beautiful. Go ahead.
May I interject?
Please.
I used to attend Knicks games and Lakers games.
Okay.
The only 2 fan bases that I can remember, who follow their team anywhere they go, are these two franchises. But if you want to say that this is a crash out fan base, you are 100% right.
Yeah.
It took Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers to cry to his organization and say, please do not sell Knicks fans tickets,
right.
because it feels like Knicks played 4 home games.
Right.
Star, you know that I can show you proof right now that Knicks fans wanted to purchase tickets in Philadelphia. And they restricted them.
Yeah.
Salute, because we do not do shoutouts. Salute to the Knicks fans who used VPNs to bypass that.
Right, right.
They would use VPNs to assume that they live in Philadelphia just to purchase tickets.
Yeah.
This is a crash out, and I love to see it, because this is what the Knicks need. They need to understand that they have a force behind them. Win or lose. They say Knicks win the chip, Manhattan will turn to Gotham City. It will be chaos.
I like that.
It will be chaos.
When is game 2, Boris? Game 2. Is it Thursday or tomorrow?
I believe tomorrow. And it's the first time in history in which the first games of each conference went to overtime, because the Spurs game went to overtime.
Right.
Yes, and the Knicks game did as well. And also, you need to understand that this epic trio of James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant, they play on the same team.
Right.
None of them won the title as the main bus driver. And this is what Charles Barkley said about Kevin Durant, and he took it as a major slight.
Okay.
Westbrook, when he played by himself on OKC, they did not win anything.
Right.
Same with Harden on Houston. I sent you the link, by the way, when Kobe Bryant was saying that.
I'm going to get to that shortly, but I want to hear people out. I'm trying to catch up, literally, to where the Knicks are. I'm enjoying it.
Scott.
Come on.
In 2018, which was the last time the Cavs made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in NBA Finals, it took J.R. Smith, who is a Knicks alumni from New Jersey.
Yeah, I know.
It took his mistake. He had a blunder in which he did not know who to pass it, and I think he pushed it out. Right. That changed the whole series. And that's when LeBron was swept from the finals, because they were about to win that game. And even Uncle Shay was saying that this game could be impactful. This can blow the wind out of the sails of the Cavaliers.
I am such a hater, Boris. You would know the year. I forget. I'm such a hater. I was hating on J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert. And then when the two of them went to Cleveland and got a goddamn ring, I was really pissed. Do you remember what year that was? Iman Shumpert.
They won in 2016. 2016. Yes, it was a comeback. But
I was hating.
Yes. But it is what it is. Knicks in 4. Let's go.
I appreciate you, Salute. Thank you.
Take care. Have a good one.
Boris tapping in. Okay. Early afternoon research edition. The New York Knicks, guys. Game 1 last night, overtime. I might as well play some of the footage. Take the chance. Did you guys see the game last night, or should I play some of the highlights? Yes, no? Can we research that Southern fool? I don't know what that's about. How do you say your name? Sage? Let's go Knicks. Okay. What else was I going to say? Hold on. I got a bunch of notes here. I found some video. I don't know if this is a recent video, and it has nothing to do with the New York Knicks or AOC. I just found this to be so entertaining, and I just want to play it. It serves no purpose other than to, maybe give a chuckle. Anybody see this video? Does anybody have the original link? What is this? Something to do with some type of fetish?
Hiya, 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 hey, 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 hiya, hiya, hiya.
The hell? One more time.
hiya, 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 hey, 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 hiya, hiya, hiya.
Any comments? Is this an IG page? One more time.
Hiya, 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 hey, 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 hiya, hiya, hiya. Hiya, hiya, hiya.
What won't Mammy do for $1? Let me look in the live chat real quick. What won't Mammy do? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What is going on? Who's that? I don't know. I saw the video and I said, let me give this some burn here. What won't Mammy do for $1? Who is this? Kick Goddess. If anybody has the link to her page.
Hiya, 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 hey, 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 hiya, hiya, hiya.
Freak shit. Okay, let's get that out of there. Silliness. Nixon 6 SMD. Nixon 6 SMD.
I'm sorry for laughing. You had that video on. Oh no, that girl did more for black people than AOC ever did.
Ooh.
She up there kicking a white man in the face. You know.
He probably paid her to do it. Some type of fetish. You know. What's cracking, Rory?
Yeah, people have a foot fetish.
Yeah.
That's a new one though.
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, everything's good. I want to touch on AOC, but let me talk about the Knicks real quick, Star.
Go ahead.
You know, this is a basketball town, man. We're in the concrete jungle. So, you know, when we grow up, only thing we got is in our parks, for the most part, is basketball and handball.
Right.
Most of the brothers don't play handball. Some of them do, but they're always in the basketball court. We all play basketball. But yeah, you know, everybody's tuned up, man. You know, it's been like summertime out here in the city the last couple of days, especially yesterday was like 90-something degrees. And, you know, they have a party outside. I don't know if people know. This is for the audience. Outside at Madison Square Garden, they have a large TV where people can gather and view the game, you know?
Right.
And they have fixed it all up with like bars and restaurants. And but you know, it's kind of crazy. There'll be a lot of homeless people in the crowd. You get a lot of pickpocketing, a lot of fights. You got to be ready for that if you're going to go down there and watch the game. Because once you get in there, it's kind of like the Times Square on New Year's Eve thing. You ain't really getting out till the game's over. You know.
Now hang on a second, Rory. So now the one video that I played, clearly the police stood back and just let people do what they do. I like the fact that nobody got shot, nobody got stabbed. They were just, you know, teeing off, you know, pow, pow.
Yeah,
pow.
from what I saw, the white boys were turning up last night. Yeah, they were beating everybody up.
Salute to that little Puerto Rican mommy, Boricua. Boricua's repping the Knicks. Let's go.
Hell yeah, she was stomping them out when they went to the floor. I seen that. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it's very true with the police. We're in a different time now. Back in the day, the police were like really heavy-handed. They would never let any of that stuff go down. But nowadays, the police department are made up of like, you know, minorities and a lot of women, a lot of DEI hires. They're not getting in the middle of that. They're not even trying to get in the middle of that. And also, there's a lack of respect for police nowadays in the city, and it's been like that for like 4 or 5 years. So the police know people have no problem putting hands and feet on the police too if they get involved. You know,
that's a fact.
So yeah, I'm dead serious. You know. So that's a reason for that's another reason for the madness going on out there. But yeah, you know, everybody's turned up. Everybody wants us. We're desperate for a championship. We're desperate for the city to represent. And Jalen Brunson has got to be, I would say, top 3 Knick of all time, especially at the point guard position. The
Jamaican.
And I would also say
Jalen Brunson, the Jamaican.
Well,
his mother's Jamaican.
Well, he's a Jamaican. He's a Jamaican, right?
What is his father? I don't know. Let me look in the live chat. Guys, what is Jalen Brunson's father? Is his father a white man or just light skin?
Yeah, he got white in him. That's for damn sure. You see him.
Well, is he a white man with the tan? Is he a white man with the tan like Bob Marley? Bob Marley was a white man.
Bob Marley was a white man. That's a fact.
I know that hurts for people to hear that. That hurts. But is Jalen Brunson, troll babies, is Jalen Brunson a white man with the tan? He got busy last night. And as you said, he's been getting busy. But all right. Anything else you want?
Bob Marley was actually Irish. Yeah, Bob Marley was actually Irish.
I know, but can we not go back too far? Let's bring it back here. Do you want to finish up on the Knicks, or you wanted to talk about AOC putting boots to the ground?
Yeah, well, I wanted to talk about AOC. Yeah, AOC is a clown. I got to tell you the truth, man. I give her respect for going down south and telling everybody in Alabama, like, yo, you want us to come down here and regulate again? Do we need to come down here and pull up on you? I thought that was kind of gangster,
Wow.
letting the South know, like, we'll come down here and we'll whoop your ass again if you don't conform to what we want. You don't vote the way we want you to vote. But the substance isn't there. She's a clown. Her district is terrible. If you see the district that she represents, it's only gotten worse.
Her district gets at her. Listen. I mean, I pay attention to a lot of things. I don't talk about it all the time, but her district gets at her sometimes when she goes live. And I remember seeing her about a year ago. She was saying, "What's going on? I want to learn from you," because they were hammering her. But let's take race off the table just for a second. And I'm no fan of hers. I would never vote for her. But do you think she may get some things done for black people that they have not gotten done for themselves? And they're about to lose a lot of voting blocks. Yes, no?
They're not losing a voting block. Nobody is losing their right to vote. What they're making something, they're lying. They're straight up lying. Nobody's losing their right to vote. The Supreme Court has ruled that you can't.
I said voting blocks. Voting blocks.
A voting block, right. But because the Supreme Court just ruled you can't use race for districting, but they didn't just say one race, all races. You can't use white race, you can't use black race, you can't use any of that anymore going forward. So nobody's losing their vote or their right to vote. Nobody's losing their access to vote. This is just another thing that they're doing. Like, remember they said black people.
But Rory, I hate to cut you short. The point I'm trying to, if there is a point, maybe there's not, might she get things done for black people that they have not been able to accomplish themselves? That's all I'm asking. I don't know. I'm not a Democrat. I would never vote Democrat, but I have to be objective. Might she get things done? Listen, we can say what we want to say. Niggas love something that's light, bright, and almost white. Right or wrong?
Oh, she's cute. Yeah, she's cute. She's definitely smashable. That's a fact.
There you go.
But no, I don't think so. I think her loyalty lies to Latinos, and her loyalty lies to illegal immigrants. I definitely think she would put them before black Americans. I think she would put them before all Americans. Yeah. And, when Donald Trump came up there and gave a speech in the Bronx, she was the one calling for people to go out there and confront Trump supporters.
Yes, we know.
You all going to be scared. Nobody's going to come up to control. Donald Trump had 5 times more people show up to his rally in her district than she had show up to her rally. Her district is an illegal immigrant hellhole, right. Whether it's Jackson Heights or down in the South.
Trump is my guy. Listen, I was with him even when he was in Puerto Rico throwing out the goddamn paper towels, That's my guy.
That's a fact.
But I'm just asking.
He did more for Puerto Ricans than she did. At least he gave them paper towels. She didn't give them nothing.
All right, listen, man.
I didn't see her down there handing out paper towels. I didn't see her down there, handing out a roast con pollo when they were starving.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Hey, game 2 tomorrow, yes?
Game 2 is tomorrow.
In the Garden.
I think there's a chance for a sweep. I would say Knicks in 4. Boris will be on all 4s.
Okay, whoa,
That's what I would
all right,
say.
Easy. All right, we'll talk later on this evening. Salute.
All right, cool.
All right. Rob Lowe, thank you for your donation. Somebody else sent a donation. Andre, hey, man. Andre, what do you want me to play again? Which video? The Knicks fans or the Fetish video? Is Andre in the... I think he wants me to play the Fetish video because I see him commenting on something here. Area code 917. Sit tight. I don't know where this video is from. If anybody has a clue.
Hiya, 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 hey, 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 hiya, hiya, hiya.
Freak shit. One more time for Andre.
Hiya, 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 hey, 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 hiya, hiya, hiya.
Okay. Area code 917. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there, 917?
Yo, Star, what up?
Hey, what up? How are you, sir? Who's this?
How you doing? Salute. Long time, man. Long time. I haven't spoken to you in many moons.
Okay. Where do you want to start, sir? Where do you want to start?
All right. First off, I want to say since Rory brought it up, I do want to bring the smoke to Boris. Boris, I believe he's a fake Ruski. He's a fake Ruski. I don't buy it. I think
he's not on the line, sir. So let's not make it personal. If you want to respond to what he said, that's fine. But where you going?
Okay. No, respect. I just wanted I've been wanting to say that for a while. Okay. So next time I got it for him. Moving on to sports, as they say. With the Knicks, we feeling good in New York and everything like that. Whatever. But come on, Star. We all know the Knicks are gonna nick in the end. They're gonna choke. We know they're gonna choke at some point. I hate to burst New York's bubble, but we all know how it goes, man. They're gonna excite us for a bit, then they're gonna let us down. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Well, stay with me. Can I ask how old are you, sir? How old are you?
I'm 46.
You're a young man. If anybody should be jaded and bitter, it should be people from my generation. And I'm not. I salute CP from Knicks Fan TV. He calls in once in a while. He gave me hope a couple of years ago that the Knicks organization could quite possibly get the ring. You ever check out Knicks Fan TV with CP?
I think so. I think I've heard you mention it.
Knowledgeable
before.
man. Yeah. Knowledgeable. And to hear the dedication from the Knicks fans today, the younger generation, it's exciting to watch. They remind me of the old Philadelphia Eagles fans who used to brawl at Veterans Stadium. I don't know if you know anything about that, but they used to tee off on people, and there was a jail right downstairs. They had no problem going to jail. So these new fans, they're I'm seeing the enthusiasm. They pay astronomical prices for hot dogs, however much that food costs in the Garden now, and it's kind of exciting. But go ahead.
Yeah, you're right about that. So I saw there was tickets, believe it or not, going for $100K up front. Insane.
I can't afford a ticket, but I will slug you in your eye if I catch you on 34th Street. Come on.
No.
Please stop giggling, sir. Please stop giggling. Let's have a conversation. Come on.
Yes, sir. Right. So yeah, man, I don't know. It feels good for the moment, but I feel like at the end of the day, they're going to let us down. And then even if they move on past the Eastern Conference Final, hey, man, Star, you know about the alien, right? That boy Wemby is it's a problem.
Okay.
That boy Wemby's a problem. Okay. If they go up against San Antonio, it might be a repeat of 99. You remember that? 99?
I don't, sir. I'm getting up to speed on everything now, but I appreciate the call. Salute.
Okay.
Salute. I'm doing too much giggling and laughing. Alejandro, I got your cash app. Thank you, sir. Alejandro says, Star, these people don't know. If you flip like you said you were going to do a year and a half ago, you would just be coming home. I did say that. Anybody in the live chat remember about a year and a half ago, I said I was considering flipping and calling myself Julito. You know, claiming Hispanic. Not that I'm riding with AOC, but I want to know what she's up to, you know? Okay, so you say that Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Colombians are racist. Isn't everybody? Live chat, isn't everybody racist? My last year of high school, I went to George Washington, a.k.a. G-Dub, Uptown Manhattan. I was going under the name Angel. Sometimes people knew me as Ali Kwan, but Angel. Most of my classmates were in a gang, old gang, called the Ball Busters. Anybody ever heard of the Ball Busters? Probably not. The Ball Busters. That's way before your time. If AOC starts getting the bag, I'm going to call myself Julito. Oh, there he is. Wednesday afternoon, Florida Boy Jay. Let's take our time, sir. Florida Boy Jay.
We have to take our time. I mean, last night was an abomination and an egregious collapse by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The way they hunted and targeted and ISO'd James Harden. The coach for the Cavaliers should be ashamed of himself.
Right.
I don't care how much I'm paying you.
Right.
I don't care how many jerseys you're selling in the stands.
Mm-hmm.
If I see them going around you like a cone, like a traffic cone, we got to sit you down.
That was crazy.
We got to sit you down.
Yeah.
Next to the coach. No effort, no fight. The series is over. Listen, Star. Last night I was watching the game. The Knicks were down by 20. Me and my girl was sipping cut water. I said, babe, let's go ahead and get in the shower. This is over. By the time we come out, we're going to throw a movie on. Me and my girl came out the shower. The game was in overtime. She said, babe, let's watch the rest of the game. I said, no, it's over. Knicks about to win. Sure enough, I woke up and seen Knicks win. I was so pissed.
Whoa. Okay, so you went, you didn't see the ending of the game. You thought that they got beat.
No. What happened was I was watching the game. I went in, me and my girl took a shower. When I came out, I seen it was tied up going into overtime, tied up 100-100.
Right.
And then I told her, I'm not watching the rest of this game in overtime because Knicks are going to win. I see what's happening.
You said they're going to win. Got you.
Right. And then when I woke up in the morning and I sure enough seen Knicks won because I was so disgusted at the Cavaliers blowing a 20-point lead in real time that I could not watch the inevitable.
So you was hating.
Watch the inevitable.
He was hating last night.
Hating hard. I'm hating.
Come on.
Heavy.
Come on.
I'm hating heavy. I don't want no skinny prop Joe, a.k.a. Jalen receding hairline Brunson, a.k.a. Fat Iverson. I'm tired of sassy cat running around there sashaying and voguing down the free throw line. I'm tired of these New York Timothy Chevrolet sitting there screaming with Kylie Jenner on his arm. All them loser-ass Knicks players that never won nothing, never got nothing, choked in the clutch on the sideline, screaming like they reliving the times they never accomplished. Oh, I'm hating. Okay. I'm hating. I hate these niggas.
Hold on a second, Florida Boy Jay. Are the Jaguars leaving Jacksonville, or is that somebody just, amping up the set?
their cap and star. We are getting a new multi-billion-dollar renovation on the stadium. So the Jags will be playing in Orlando next season for the renovation, and then we're coming back to basically a brand new stadium. We're not going anywhere.
Got you. Okay. Well, listen, my question, if you can speak to this, and I know you're hating on the Knicks, but are today's Knicks fans more dedicated than the old Knicks fans? I'm not trying to encourage fighting or anything, but out there brawling in the streets and just setting it on people. And I think to some degree they may have inspired, or they've been inspiring, Jalen Brunson. Post interviews, when they asked him, how did the Knicks pull it together? He kept saying, I don't have an answer. I think the answer is that the goddamn fans demand a championship. Am I wrong?
I'm going to say you're wrong, because even a few years ago when they were getting packed out by Trae Young, you're seeing a different type of Knicks fan right now in the stadium. You see a bunch of New Haven kids. You're seeing a bunch of upper state New York kids. You're seeing a bunch of trust fund babies. Now, Knicks tickets have always been expensive. It's always been, get your money up before you come into MSG. But I'm not seeing the trenches. I'm not seeing the boroughs, even that sidewalk TV thing they do with the microphone. Just a few years ago, it was real ones. It was real New Yorkers out there, pizza slinging, ratatouille-ass New York niggas out there repping. It looked like authentic New York. Now it's a bunch of Chads and Brads with their Super Bowl haircuts out there screaming and trying to cosplay real New Yorkers. So I got to say the old school Knicks fans who went through choking against Reggie Miller and getting on all fours for Michael Jordan, I think those are the real ones. Those are the real ones. They suffered too hard and they suffered too much.
Hang on a second. Legally Shay, I like that comment. She says Knicks fans now are way committed than the oldies. Then she says that fan base is going to uplift. I agree. The fan base is so goddamn charged. It kind of, I don't mean to go too far back, Floater Boy Jay. You ever heard of Chuck Noll, the former coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, Steelers, yeah, 4 championships. Chuck Noll, OG.
4 Super Bowls. Chuck Noll used to talk down to Terry Bradshaw and the rest of the goddamn players. Back when football was football, and the goddamn Steelers fans, the terrible towels, they used to throw shit at the goddamn Steelers to motivate them to play. I think, I think the Knicks are headed down the same path. That I just wanted to say that because they are demanding a goddamn championship, and at some point they may flip on the goddamn the Knicks organization if they don't get a ring. Go ahead.
Yeah, and we talked about this off air and on air. I've already conceded. I'm hating on being objective. I think Knicks are going to go to the finals. I think that the 3 rounds they had in Eastern Conference have been a cheesecake, a New York slice of cheesecake, as far as the James Harden-led Cavaliers who choked the Embiid, always injured Sixers, and then the goddamn Atlanta Hawks. I mean, they haven't played really any real niggas in the playoffs. But if anybody's watching these Western Conference Finals, whoever survives that is going to win it. I don't know how they got. I cannot wait to see New York go up against OKC or the Spurs. And I'm not saying that because I think New York's going to get washed in 4. I think this is going to be one of the most epic NBA finals we have seen in a long time based off of roster construction off of these last 3 teams that are contending right now. These teams are built to win now. They have players, they have coaches, and it's a lot of legacy on the line in this NBA Finals. I think we're going to see one for the ages, whoever comes out of the West facing the New York Knicks. Because New York Knicks are sweeping these niggas in 4 games. It's over. I said it last night. If you don't steal game 1, this series is over. James Harden ain't got, and he don't got it in.
Yeah, the Cavaliers looked horrible. I just had to say they look horrible, and the game itself was very sloppy. I don't know how you feel about that, but the first 2 quarters was sloppy the entire game.
Absolutely. And who is was that Rory getting kicked in the face in that video?
Well, now if you call his name and he calls in, where we going? It was just some crazy video I saw, and I'm trying to find the original video that doesn't have the goddamn the fonts on the screen, but some type of fetish and some, something for the for the research show.
Nothing wrong with it, man. And you said something about what was the other topic? AOC visiting Alabama.
Hey, I may have to flip like a flapjack on Sunday morning. I mean, if she gets into a position of power and Hispanics start really putting it down, I may have to change my last name to Gonzalez or something. I don't know.
Star. I trust a Chinese communist spy before a border hopping bean eater to run my government and get set asides for black people. I don't need no more bean eaters coming over here hooting and hollering, cosplaying the first lady just because she in Alabama trying to talk tough. AOC is nothing but well,
now hang on a second. Now, what about the Hispanics that are born and raised here? College material, military. They have fought for this country as well. Everybody is not a descendant of welfare. I mean, that's the stereotype. But I mean, maybe the browning of America will be something that a lot of people just have to get used to, including black people. But now, hang on a second. You called his name, so here he is. Rory, I guess you're calling to respond to Florida Boy Jay.
Yeah, I just want to say, I can't believe this cat calling in.
One at a time. One at a time. Go ahead.
I can't believe this cat calling in talking nothing. He comes from the most boring city in the whole country that don't even have an NBA team. They got all type of a whole big black population down there and don't even have a basketball team. This guy looked like the girl that was kicking the white guy. That's the whole thing. FBJ looked like the girl that was kicking a white guy. I'd say that's something he probably does with his dyed blonde multi-locks. He probably pick up white men, bring them to a hotel, and do all kind of freaky stuff to him. He said he actually sounds jealous that he didn't think of that. That he didn't think of the foot fetish with the white man. I'm not going to curse.
No cursing. No cursing. But Jay, you want to respond?
What's the name of your team? Yeah. What's the name of your NBA team down there?
Listen, I rep the Miami Heat. That's
okay.
We don't have. You're right.
Okay.
We don't have a basketball team, and
10 hours away.
And just
have you ever been to a Miami Heat game?
One at a time. Let him respond.
And just
one at a time.
And just like we know Rory to do is see a man and automatically look at him as a woman to get a hard on. Obviously, this is what Rory does. Rory sees other men and automatically envisions lady boys playing footsie with his jawbone. All right? I mean, come on. Is any of us surprised right now in the chat? No, I don't think so.
Did anybody else notice when Julio Fulio's killer was getting sentenced the other day? FBJ was in the court in the background with a box of Kleenex, crying like crazy. That was his man. That was his man. He was like, "No, honey, the big black guy's going to have you now. I can't have you no more. You leaving me. Come on, man. You talking about I support a team 8.5 hours away from where I live. You from a bomb city with no team, no energy, no nothing. Only thing you got down there is the swamp. I told you before, that's the armpit of Florida. The only thing people do in Jacksonville is pass through it.
Okay.
Stop.
I let him respond because I got to get back to the show. Rory, let FPJ respond. I have to get back soon to the show.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good.
Yeah, Rory, the only thing you support is niggas in wigs and skates and skirts with tools hanging out the bottom, man. I don't have anything.
You the one wearing the wig. You wear the blonde wig.
Gotta let him speak. Gotta let him speak, Rory. Go ahead, FPJ.
Listen, you saying I'm wearing a wig, but at least I'm wearing my real teeth, mess mouth, okay? At least I don't have to wake up in the morning and go find my teeth like an Apple Watch, just slap it in my mouth and walk around. If I laugh too hard, they fall out on the floor. Please, sir. Okay. Please get your mouth fixed, find God, and leave them niggas in wigs alone. Okay. For the love of God and for the love of them. Please,
guys, I got to get back to the show. Both of you. Salute, guys.
You
gotta go.
Say us niggas in wigs.
Guys, got to go.
He wakes up in the morning.
Got to go, guys. Okay. Peace. Good afternoon. Left-handed. Are you there, sir?
Peace. What's good, Star, man? What's happening?
Well, I hope I didn't offend you by asking the question, are today's Knicks fans more dedicated than yesteryear's Knicks fans? Please.
I'm not gonna, wild out like when you first asked me that question. That was my natural response. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go there because but
Well, no. I need you to educate me. This is your area of expertise. The Knicks,
right,
they're doing it right now, and I'm just asking. I want to be educated. I mean, listen, I'm old, man. I remember when the Knicks won it in '73. Again, Superfly was in the movie theaters, The Godfather. But the fans today are damn near demanding, get a ring, or else we'll burn this whole shit down. That's motivation, yes?
I'm gonna say this to that, Star. Today's Knicks fans, like Max B, they want to win. When they're winning, they're jumping up and down, this and that and the third. Don't know the history or nothing.
Okay.
All they know is that they're winning today, right? So ask them to if they remember when certain people were Knicks. They don't remember. They don't care. Like you said, they don't care, right? So for them to party and do what they do, that's fine. But as far as dedicated, I think that was your question. Dedicated to being a Knicks fan? Nah. They're dedicated to getting in front of the camera and acting like they're a Knicks fan.
Okay.
They're dedicated to that. You know what I mean? But as far as like knowing how and why we got here, because those sayings.
Can I respond?
Out the window. Yeah, come on. I'm with it. Let's get it.
Let's take our time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take our time. You're right. They don't care about yesteryear. And you know what? At 62, I don't care about what Willis Reed did. I don't give a goddamn what Bernard King did. I don't care about Melo. I don't care about his goddamn suits, his sneaker rollouts. I don't care. Get a ring now. That's what I always say, right? Get a ring.
Yep.
Sell whoever you got to sell. Get rid of whoever you got to get rid of. If Phil Jackson couldn't get rid of Carmelo Anthony, get rid of Phil Jackson, but get a goddamn ring. That's where I'm at, man. So when I say dedicated, we're dedicated to focusing on this team and motivating you. However, that's where I'm coming from. I don't care about the past.
And I would love to talk to what are these so-called dedicated Knicks fans about today's team. Right? We could talk about today. We could leave yesterday behind. All they're gonna, beat you in the head with was, oh, we're winning now, and so-and-so's the truth, and this and that and the third. But a couple months ago, you was ready to fire Mike Brown. You was ready to get Mikal Bridges out of town. So again,
I'm so ready to fire Mike Brown. I'm so ready.
It depends on what day you had. It depends on what day it is before you ask these Knicks fans a certain question. Now, myself. I know you always beat me in the head with it, and it's cool because I'm a Knicks fan of a certain standard.
Pedigree.
Right?
Pedigree.
Absolutely.
I got it.
And so for me, man, to say, the dedication thing, they're dedicated to what's going on right now. And that's the best I can put it without, stepping on nobody's toes or making them feel no type of way, because they're going to do what they do regardless. Right. And I'm not mad at them. But again, man, I'm surprised that we even talking about this, man. I appreciate it.
Well, listen, man. I mean, I tried to avoid the conversation of sports because, I remember, Dan Marino and others and Mercury Morris, and those were beautiful times. But now it's like the games, plural, are so different that it's, listen, man. I think it was it the second or third quarter last night. I forget the guy's name from the Cavaliers. He did the goddamn Euro step.
I think that's when you text me. I think that might have been Donovan Mitchell.
I don't know. I text you and I said, oh my God, the Euro step is killing me. But I hung in there and I watched the remaining three quarters. Not that we have to agree on this, man, but okay. So let's say the Knicks get to the finals, hypothetically speaking. Let's say they do it all the way. Does it in your mind, someone of your caliber, your pedigree, are you happy, or are you saying, well, we'll see what happens next year? I mean, do you fully embrace if they win the championship and the newer generation, we all did it together?
let me say this, Star. I'm gonna say this, and I hope this doesn't, rub people the wrong way or whatever the case may be. All you youngsters, all you new jacks, the Knicks win an NBA title, I'm gonna be right out there partying with you, straight like that. I don't care about nothing. We don't have to worry about the old school no more, and all of that. I'm gonna be right out there with them. So, because Star, I'm gonna say this, man, and I know people on the line or whatever.
No. Stay with me. There's no rush. And I know you're at work, but let me just say one more thing about motivating. And I agree with Legally Shay. Today's generation is motivating. I got thrown out of Madison Square Garden. You remember? I was courtside, and I still got the goddamn ticket laminated. I'm sitting there. I forget the female's name. She was very nice. I'm drinking. I'm screaming at Latrell Sprewell. He stops in the middle of the goddamn court, looks at me and says, "Shut the fuck up!" Remember that? Shut the fuck up! He looked dead at me. Cameras on me.
Right.
He dropped about 40-some points that night. I motivated him. Getting out of it. Now, I had one too many beers or whatever, but that's where I think the younger generation is now. Get a goddamn ring or else. We sat here, we watched Melo with all that cool, slick, calm bullshit. Get a goddamn ring. But go ahead, take your time, land your plane. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna land my plane on this, man. Star, I'm a big sports head, man. All my teams have had championships. I've celebrated the championship with all from the Yankees, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Syracuse Orange, Miami Hurricanes, New York Rangers, right? I've done celebrations for all my teams except for the Knicks. So if the Knicks, to nail my plane to answer your question, if the Knicks do win the championship, I'm gonna be out there crying.
Okay.
I don't care.
Nice.
I'm gonna be out there crying because it's 50, 60 years of waiting. Yeah. Right? My moms, my pops, my uncles, my grandparents. Yes, right? I don't remember when I was 7 years old and Knicks won a championship. I don't care about that. Yeah. And that's where I kind of parallel with the new generation. New generation don't care about Willis Reed, Bernard King. They don't care about that.
I don't care either.
Now, and I ain't mad at that.
I don't care about Dave DeBusschere and what's the guy? The guy's name? Former Governor Bill. What's his name?
Bill Bradley.
Bill Bradley. Give a guy damn. Get the ring. Get the ring now.
Yeah. So that way I can kind of like relate to where they're coming from. But yes, the Knicks win the championship, man. I already told my people at work, I'm taking off. I'm gonna be right out there crying, acting stupid, doing my thing. And if the young people want to join in and celebrate, you're more than welcome. Let's get it in and let's get it cracked. Okay. That's all. And I'm gonna land my plane on that Star.
Thank you, man. Salute.
Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. Okay. All right. Thank you for your comments. Members only today. Hey, Mahogany, I do get your emails. Thank you so much. She says, so violence and hood behavior is motivating? Yes. I can't relate. These young people are just using that as an excuse to wild out. Yes. That's why the hockey fans will tear up a goddamn city. And you better get another Stanley Cup or else we'll flip over 5 more cars. Can I get an amen in the live chat? That's how hockey works. If you're making $5-10 million a year and you can't put that goddamn puck through the net, we're going to catch you coming out of the goddamn arena, hit you in the head with a goddamn bottle. Yes, it motivates you. In professional sports, that's why you have players on opposite teams who try to kill the other player who's making $10 million more on the other team. Area code 510. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there? 510.
What's going on? What's going on, Star Sir Shy out of the Bay Area?
Hey, man. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Just wanted to touch on the Knicks.
Please.
Now, by no way I'm a New Yorker. I'm not from Manhattan, not from the 5 boroughs, but I do like the Knicks from afar, especially with the Warriors on the down end of their dynasty. The New York Knicks do put on some of the best show in the NBA, and Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson, man, watching that game one, they saved our season. Saved y'all season. So I agree with the last caller. I think Knicks in 5.
Okay.
And if they do win, I'll say this: if the Knicks win, I think the Brooklyn Nets need to move back to Jersey, because every time I'm in New York and I'm in Brooklyn, I don't see anybody wearing Nets gear. I don't see anybody wearing Nets gear. They don't. I mean, that's down the street from Biggie's house. Right. That's down the street from Biggie's house, and nobody wears Brooklyn Nets gear.
You're right.
So move back to Jersey City, move back to Newark, and let the Knicks have the 5 boroughs in the entire state of New York again. And it's possible. I think it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. You'll see Rory outside. You'll see Hassan Campbell. You'll see.
But please don't take shots at other people, Sir Shai. We do not do that.
All right.
Don't do that.
All right. You're right. I'm just saying, in celebration, everybody from New York that's callers will celebrate when the Knicks win. That's that.
Now,
so
hang on
I'm rooting for them.
How old are you? I forget. How old are you?
39.
Okay, so you weren't really at Candlestick Park back in the days, because I never went to Candlestick Park, but I heard stories that they used to run down on people from other states. Candlestick Park, remember back in the days where the San Francisco 49ers played?
49ers, yep. Oh, yeah. Again, I'm a Raider fan, so we had the Coliseum, but, Candlestick Park was a quick drive over the bridge, and I've been there plenty of times. Yep. Great home field advantage. It was really windy and cold because of where it's at by Hunter's Point. I kind of miss it. Unfortunately, Gavin Newsom didn't want to put up the tax money. So
the point is, people couldn't go to, from what I always heard, people couldn't go to Candlestick Park wearing jerseys from other teams. That was one of those places where they would literally jump you. Am I wrong?
Yeah, if you're wearing oh, no, you're right. Because he had a lot of like those Filipino and Samoan, and black gangs and stuff out there. Just wild fans. I mean, remember,
it was the white boys back in the early 80s. And it was the white boys that used to run down on people.
I mean, well, as a Raider fan, I mean, we came through with our jerseys, but again, I'm not going to these football games by myself. I got a crew with me.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, of course, they had a lot of isolated incidents, but Niner fans, they did their best to isolate the away team from coming. So yes, you are right. That's confirmed that it was a very strong home field advantage, and you could get dealt with wearing another team. Yeah. It's no different than the Eagles game. Would you agree?
Yeah. I already spoke about Veterans Stadium. They had the jail downstairs.
The jail. They sure did. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? I don't think they have it at the new stadium, but the old stadium, that jail is legendary. If you're a Cowboy fan,
the Eagles fans would jump anybody at Veterans Stadium back in the days. Anybody. Okay. You're saying, go ahead.
It wasn't just the men, it was the women. These big old Italian women. These chicks was throwing bowls. To be honest with you, I would say the black folks were the most civilized at those games. It was really the Italian community and Irish community of Philly that was fighting.
I would agree.
Like a Red Sox game. That's another example. I've been to Fenway Park. Them Irish folks at the Red Sox game, they throwing bowls. But they're really cool. I never had an issue with them. They were really nice when I went to Boston and went to a Red Sox game. It was
I think
the A's, and they were cool.
I think that was always exaggerated about Red Sox games. I mean, because of how it was so close in proximity to other areas, you couldn't really fight and beat up people at Red Sox games. I think that was overhyped because of the outright racism. But hey, man, I appreciate you. You want to talk about AOC?
Oh, no problem.
Or anything else before you go?
She wouldn't get my vote, but she is kind of doing the rounds. But I wouldn't vote for her.
Okay.
I mean, no, thank you.
Okay.
But have a good broadcast, and I'll tune in.
Thank you. All right. Is that the homie CP from Knicks Fan TV?
Star, what's good, man? How we feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Thank you, because I always tell people you helped me regain my interest in the New York Knicks. I do want to see them win. I am the objective hater, not a player hater. Where do you want to start? Last night's comeback, monumental. Yes, monumental.
Yeah, I was in the building last night, man. 22 points down. Knicks looked like they was heading for embarrassment once again. I was there last year when they choked to the Pacers when they were up by a crazy fourth quarter lead and they lost to the Pacers in overtime Eastern Conference Finals game 1. So this year was quite the opposite, man. Jalen Brunson went crazy.
He did.
Harden was electric. I was in the building last night, man, and it was sensational. You got to come through, man. You got to get past the gather step, and we need you in the building, man. We need you in the building.
Well, I'm no longer banned. Security did reach out to me, I think 2 years ago, because some of them watched the show, and they said I am allowed to come back in. I was thrown out. I forget what year it was when Stephon Marbury was playing. But listen, I don't want to talk about all that, man. So I'm just asking the question. You can chime in wherever you want with regards to today's Knicks fans. They appear to be more dedicated than fans from yesteryear. I like and I respect. I don't promote violence, but I respect, brawling outside of Madison Square Garden. Nobody's getting shot. Nobody's getting stabbed. What say you, CP?
Yeah, look, I think the one thing about Knicks fans, it's a generational thing, so you've seen a lot of people that they watched when Clyde Frazier was playing. You see people like me that came from the 90s when Ewing was playing. Right. You got your Marbury, Carmelo era fans. They didn't see much winning, but, they were still into it. But, I think it's just in this social media era with everybody with their phones out, they showing the younger generation celebrating. And, look, it's good energy. Like you said, nobody getting hurt, nobody getting incarcerated for nothing. Yeah. But you know what the big difference is right now with this round? Like I was out there last night on 7th Avenue, NYPD, they starting to really control the traffic. I think they gearing up for if the Knicks do make it or if they ultimately win. They getting the crowd control properly. Yeah. We was getting funneled straight into the street and away from the Garden. So James Dolan ain't playing around.
Well, NYPD no longer has qualified immunity, so they're not going to put hands on people like they used to back in the days. They're going to play their position to some degree. Hey, man, years ago, I had a New York Knicks. Well, I had a couple of New York Knicks on my shows, but back in the days, there was one guy who was a really nice guy, and I genuinely wanted to see him win. Marcus Gamby. Remember him?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Camby was there last night.
Oh, well, okay. How long did he play with the Knicks? I thought he was a nice guy and highly skilled. How long did he play with the Knicks?
Yeah.
You remember?
They traded Oakley for Camby in that 99 season. The same year they traded Starks for Spreewell. They traded Oakley to the Raptors and got Marcus Camby. And I think he was there until probably about 02, if I'm not mistaken. I think about 02. He was there until, and then they traded him to the Nuggets.
Yeah. I thought he was the truth, man. I mean, but again, it's water under the bridge now. But okay, so do you want to talk about predictions? Do you want to talk about your team excelling? Because guys, this is CP from Knicks Fan TV on YouTube, the number one show that gives details, stats, data. You're also on Sirius XM, yes?
Yeah, NBA Radio, Sirius XM. You can catch me on SNY as well, SNY TV. We just did a collab show today, breaking down Game 1.
Nice.
And yeah, man, I'm everywhere.
So, what do you want people to know about the Knicks? I'm genuinely rooting for them. I mean, I'm the objective hater, but what do people need to know?
Yeah.
What are they capable of right now? I think that's the question.
Look, they can win it all. Are they going to be the favorites against OKC? Probably not. Obviously OKC is going to get the favoritism there. They are the champs, but OKC got their hands full with a young San Antonio team. So either way, look, I expect the Knicks to get past the Cavs in this series. My prediction was Knicks in 6. They could probably get it done sooner, but the Knicks are fully equipped, man. With Jalen Brunson at the helm, they got a superstar there. They got to figure out how to get Karl-Anthony Towns on board because the defense is only going to get tougher at this point. But the Knicks defense itself, they were stifling with Cleveland, especially in the closing moments there. They have size. They can rebound the ball. This is a legit Knicks team, man. They could have made it to the finals last year if we're keeping it real.
Yeah.
But they blew it against the Pacers the first 2 games. So, same team, better bench, and a better coach. So they primed to get to the finals this year, man. I think they're going to be in a good position.
Well, listen, I my age. I'm 62. I live in the now. The past is the past, and I really want to see this team go as far as they can go. But with regards to the Cavaliers, I think they'll get past the Cavaliers. Who would you like to see them play in the finals? Because OKC, I respect the hell out of them, even though they're zesty as hell. I'm not sure if OKC is going to get past the Spurs. Who would you rather see the Knicks play if they get past Cavaliers in the finals? CP.
You know, the playoffs, the finals is all about matchups. And you're right. You know, Spurs took it to them in that game one. Tonight is going to be very interesting. Yeah. I thought that game one was probably the best game of the entire playoffs out of any team. Yeah. That game was ferocious. Wembanyama is a beast, but I think the Knicks match up better with the Spurs. I think the Knicks can find some advantages there with the Spurs. And the Spurs got some young killers on that defense, especially. Right. And Wemby's he's just crazy. Probably the most dominant big man probably since Wilt Chamberlain, honestly, especially the way he defends. But, you know, OKC, where they're dangerous is they have a lot of depth. You know, 1 through probably 12, they got a lot of guys they can run at the Knicks in waves. I'm not sure the Knicks can necessarily handle that. Plus OKC's defense, both OKC and the Spurs, their defense is elite. But I give the Knicks a better shot at bringing the title home, first one in over 50 years, if they play the Spurs. So let's see what happens tonight in game 2 between the Spurs and the Thunder.
Okay. And for those who don't know, you've always had a lot of celebrity endorsements. Not that you need it, but Chuck D calls into your show, longtime Knick fan. Q-Tip. How's my homie Q-Tip doing?
He's good. The abstract is good, man. You know, we chopping it up on the group chat. So he's locked in on the series. Chuck D, he pulled up to the watch party the other day. So I saw him last week. I got a chance to chop it up with him. At the KFTV watch party. So, you know, grateful for the support for sure.
Yeah. Hey, man, thank you for all that you do. Guys, this is CP from Knicks Fan TV. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, man. You know, watching your platform from time to time, it gave me new inspiration because I was just, man, I was done with the Knicks. I said, they're never going to win. But but I ultimately do want to see them get the ring. And again, I'm not promoting violence, but I do respect the younger generation out there in the trenches, man. You know, anything else you want to say about upcoming shows or something that you want people to know about, you know, what you're doing, CP?
Yeah, the fan base, man, not only in New York, they travel, man. We've done events in Atlanta during the Atlanta series. We had a big party with John Starks, over 250 fans. We had a crazy event with Starks. Nice. We had a crazy event in Philadelphia. So the fans are traveling. It's a great time right now. If fans want to come out, you know, we're doing a watch party tomorrow at Slate in New York City. That's 54 West 21st Street. Yeah, we'll do live game audio. We got a DJ on site. We got, you know, table games, golf simulator, all type of stuff for the fans to have fun with. So 54 West 21st Street, and we'll be over at Slate, man. If my man left-handed is out there, I want to see left-handed pull up to one of the joints, man. I ain't seen left-handed since last year.
Yeah. I've also got another buddy of mine. He's a retired undercover detective in Atlanta. His name is Undercover, and he's going to call into your show. He watches your show all the time. So, hey, man, I will not be in the Garden this year, but next year I may try moving back to New York City, man, but I appreciate you, man. Salute.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, when you coming up? I thought you was coming up.
It's going to be about another month. I had a little setback, but I will be there.
Okay.
All right.
All right, man. Well, stay blessed, man. I'll chop it up with you, man. I'll be watching.
Thank you, CP.
All right, stay up.
All right. CP, Knicks Fan TV on YouTube. Great guy. All right. Guys, that's my email address on the screen. Let me acknowledge some of you folks here. Bill, I got your donation via Cash App. Thank you, sir. Sir Shy, I got your donation. He says, after Knicks win, LeBron should go to the Knicks. I don't think anybody wants LeBron James on the Knicks. I think he's just he's past his prime, and he's just a headache at this particular point in time. Thank you for your donation. Alejandro, good to see you, sir. No, Alejandro, I was not a member of the Ball Busters. I guess you did some Googling. No, I just went to school with those guys. They were a little too They were kind of like along the lines of the shower posse. And after I, parted ways with the shower posse, I just, I started doing my thing solo. And the Latin Kings was more so my speed. Anybody in the live chat ever heard of the Ball Busters? If not, you might want to Google them. Hold on a second. Those were the guys who I went to high school with in Uptown Manhattan. And I've already admitted that, oh, Jesus. We went, I'm hanging out with them, and they used to go on vamp missions. You guys ever heard of a vamp mission? Sheesh. Yes, no? A vamp? Mugging people. Silvio, Flacco, and a guy named Alex. They were a little too aggressive. We're up in Van Cortlandt Park. I told you this before. I didn't even know what they were getting ready to do. We some white guy sitting on a fucking blanket reading a book, minding his business. Alex pulls out a little Yankee bat, pow, cracks him on the head. Says, "Give me the ring." Trying to pull the guy's wedding ring off. The guy gets up. Wheel kicks the shit out of me. Wow, some type of Billy Jack kick. Yes, I just, I didn't hang with them too tough, but the Ball Busters. All right, let's get back to the show here. Thank you for your patience, your support. Area code 951. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. We're talking about the New York Knicks. Are you there? 951?
Yes, I am.
Hey.
Thank you, Star, for picking up. This is King Chill. How you doing?
Hey, man. What's going on with you?
Good, man. Calling from San Bernardino County, San Bernardino. Just wanted to talk about your Knicks, man.
Okay.
You might want to.
Oh, you said King Chill.
Celebration.
Not King of Chill, the producer. King Chill.
No. Just King Chill, yeah, man. But I just tuned in, man, and I saw you were talking about the celebration. You might want to hold off.
Come on.
I think the Knicks can get to the conference, not the conference, but the championship. But the juggernaut that you're going to have to go up against, whether it be OKC, the Spurs.
Okay.
I don't see them making it, man. And if they go up against the Spurs, they're playing against that 7'5", 7'6" dude, Victor Wembanyama. Yeah. He is what people think KD is or was. Like, he's the real deal.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
So, yeah. So if you go up against the Spurs, it's probably looking like a rematch of 99 where you don't win, but maybe one game if they won that against the Spurs back then in that lockout year.
Wow.
So that's not going to be a favorable matchup. Maybe OKC, but then again, with Shea, he gets all the calls from the refs. So that's no conspiracy there. So either way.
So who is your team? I can respect the fact that you're calling in to hate on the Knicks, but who is your team, or do you have one?
I'm a fan of the game, man. I used to like the Lakers, but I'm just a fan of the game. So quiet as kept, I did follow Harden a little bit when he first went to Houston. With your previous caller, when they were running down, like after OKC where he went, it was Houston.
Okay.
And then after Houston, it was Brooklyn.
Right.
So. Yeah.
Okay. So,
but other than that, man, just a fan of the game, man.
So hold on. So now you're from San Bernardino, born and raised. What? Born and raised?
Oh no. I've been out in Cali for I think about maybe 12, 14 years.
Oh, okay.
I moved out here in 2008. Before that, North Carolina. Before that, Iowa.
Gotcha. So you don't really have to be loyal to the Lakers. I was just wondering if why you're not a Laker.
No, man.
Okay.
It's a labor of love of following sports teams. And I'll tell you what, the most recent sports team I'm following that sucks right now is the Angels. I don't know if you've seen the record.
Yeah.
But that's, yes, man. It's hard watching those games. So.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Hey, man, salute. I appreciate you taking my call.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Right. Hey there. Good afternoon. Is that Just from LeggettPro.com? Just.
Yes, sir. How's it going, Star?
Good to hear from you. So, you sent me a video. I just played it with regards to Prince, who many people enjoyed his music. I saw him perform live a couple of times. Probate. This is your area of knowledge and your platform. It's on the screen right now. Can you speak to why that video sparked your interest, and what do you want to discuss here today?
Yeah, so it's crazy. So yeah, in the video, it says Prince, reportedly had, about a $300 million estate and still died without a will.
Right.
And that kind of hits to, where this product comes from, Leggett Pro. My own personal experience dealing with my father's estate. He also didn't have a will. So, you can kind of see, in different, the Prince side is huge, but, for regular everyday people, we're dealing with the same thing. So, this technology, Leggett Pro, it allows you really to get a handle on everything that you need for probate, depending on your own specific needs, and then be able to present, and to a probate attorney, or when you have to reach out to the courts, it allows you to organize all of that stuff,
okay,
to make it easier on you. But yeah, Prince, $300 million estate, still didn't have a will.
Let me jump in there for a second. Do you think that he purposely and intentionally didn't want to leave, whenever his time was up, finances and other things to any one particular person, or family members? And maybe it'd be better that it be left to the legal team that he was dealing with over the years. And correct me if I'm wrong, Aretha Franklin didn't leave a will either, right?
Yeah, I mean, who knows, what he was thinking. I look at that, I do think it's cultural. I think, Prince, even though, $300 million estate, there's still like a cultural aspect that, people don't want to deal with their own death. Prince died young.
Right.
He wasn't an old man. It was kind of like a surprise death. But I think, maybe, and this is just my opinion, maybe he thought he had more time. Maybe he wasn't, he didn't want to confront that he could possibly die. And I think that's the roadblock, with a lot of people. Even my situation, my dad, kept everything organized, but there was an aspect of not quite having everything buttoned up just because of maybe even the cultural or generational thing of, not wanting to deal with death or the idea that they're going to pass away. And no one really wants to think about that, but it happens.
With all due respect to your father and his passing, but let's go to Prince again and Aretha Franklin. Such a catalog, and surely at some point they thought about, what's going to happen to this legacy of mine, when that time comes. Prince was a very hardcore Jehovah's Witness. Yes, I don't know what Aretha Franklin was. Do you think that sometimes people of that caliber say, it's better if I don't leave a will? Again, excluding your father. But do you think it's their thoughts that maybe whoever fights for this will then be entitled? Because sometimes you have kids that ain't worth a goddamn. You got a spouse who's could have been cheating on you, and you wanted to get out of that relationship, but you realized it's cheaper to keep her, male or female. Does that make any sense or no?
Yeah, I mean, it could be. In my research with Prince, he didn't even assign, any sort of representative or executor either. So that's what really causes the problem with probate, where you're scrambling, where, I believe in the video it's talking about his sister who was trying to figure out who was the executor or who was going to be the executor. Mm-hmm. He didn't even get that far. So That's like a whole other can of worms, because that's where you do have this situation, the Michael Jackson situation, where, people are scrambling. So maybe it ends up just being the people, the financial firm that he worked with, who basically get to the courthouse before anybody else to be the representative of that estate. And my personal experience, it was up to me to pay a lawyer, move really quickly to make sure that the city didn't come in and assign a personal representative, because that's what they'll do. They'll just assign somebody who has no relation to any of the assets or the family or anything like that. And, you know, that's how things get lost. That's how houses get lost. That's how assets get lost. So it's hard to say. It could be a religious thing. You know,
I just want to say this one last thing, and then I want us to shift towards your platform and how your platform can help people. Aretha Franklin came from a very religious family, and her father was a preacher, you know, through most of her years. Aretha Franklin kept a lot of cash. Old school. And she was very frugal. And there were reports that she was stingy with her kids and the people around her. So I want to say that, you know, because sometimes people, they know the end is coming, they're sick, and they don't, you know, decide who's going to do what they want. The smart ones to step up. Now, you're a smart one. I give you that. Tell us about your platform, how your platform can assist with the inevitable, and that period where sometimes the child becomes the parent. The child becomes the parent because sometimes the parent can, I don't know, dementia. They can be incapacitated. They cannot be of sound mind. They can be in some type of, I don't know, coma, anything. So tell us how your platform, legitpro.com, guys, this is just what I'm speaking to, how we can take these measures to getting things sorted out, please.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're never ready for probate. You're never ready when somebody dies, even if they're sick or, you know, you see signs, you just end up in this position. And that's what this product is about. It's really, you know, like, you know, you can start to categorize these assets and start to understand what's going on before something happens, you know, being proactive. That's what I really, you know, say to people when I talk to them about probate, you know, being as proactive as possible. And this platform allows you to start, thinking about those assets, thinking about asking about, you know, if parents or whomever have properties and, you know, gathering the deeds and stuff like that. So this platform is really about organizing that stuff, you know, making it easier on yourself because you're never ready. But when, you know, it is thrust upon you, you know, you can have, you know, some real say-so, you know, so this comes out of my personal experience. And that's what it's about. It's about being ready and being prepared to deal with this process. It's all over the place. It's confusing. And sometimes it feels like it's on purpose.
Yeah, well, listen, I appreciate you calling in. Keep those videos coming because sometimes it sparks something within me as well to talk about these particular topics. Guys, this is Just. He's one of my sponsors. In my community section, there's a banner and a link to his platform, www.legitpro.com, with regards to probate, estate planning. Do you also give consultations with regards to how people can liquidate things and consolidate, or just more so just be ready?
Yeah, be ready. I mean, right now I'm offering free consults for the month of May. So if you go to legitpro.com/consult, and I'll drop that into the chat, I'll be able to just impart any wisdom that I've learned in the last 2 years, and then explain how the technology can help you, because it is one of those things you don't know what you're dealing with until you deal with it. And then you can see the value of this and of organizing all of this stuff. So check it out. I'll drop it in the chat, legitpro.com/consult. And I'm just doing them for free the month of May, just to give wisdom. And, you know, this is a lonely process. So, you know, when it happens to you, sometimes you don't even know who to talk to.
Is your wrench working?
You know,
is your wrench working in the live chat?
I'm going to have to check it out. I didn't see any sort of, I can post in there, but I didn't see any sort of.
You should be able to post a link, and then I'll pin that to the showrunner. Great to talk to you, Just.
Okay. Thank you, Star.
Yes, sir. Take care. All right. www.legitpro.com. Yeah, I don't know if Aretha Franklin just didn't fuck with her family. But yeah, when she passed away, Jack, they were finding money stashed in the house, and the older generation sometimes was not so quick to just leave everything to the kids. Mike the Beast, I got your donation. Thank you very much. Boris, what's going on? Boris sent me an email. The Knicks would prefer to play the Spurs, whom they defeated 2 of 3 times this season. Okay. Including once in the NBA Final Cup. Thank you, Boris. They have lost 6 straight to the OKC. Whoa. And haven't beaten them since 2022. Wow. Okay. Boris with the information. Guys, hold on a second. Someone just sent me. Wow. Okay. Get back to that person a little bit later. Got another sponsor who wants to call in. Hold on a second. JR Cigar, I need another 5 minutes. Can you hang on, JR Cigar?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Stay there. Okay. Research show, folks. Research show. All right. Let me go back to my notes because I do prepare for my shows. Hold on a second. Family speaks about the 19 on Rocky Hill. We spoke about that. You know what I didn't speak about? This is very concerning. Salute to this mother and father who handled this. God, this video is loud. This came out a couple of days ago. A mother placed a camera in her son's locks. He was being abused. You guys know this story? It makes you think about maybe there should be body cams, or maybe there already are. I don't know. Body cams on some children, kindergarten, elementary school. Troll babies, do they put body cams on kids? That might be a good idea to start doing now. This is a little concerning, this particular story. Hold on a second.
Troubling allegations involving a young elementary student are now raising urgent questions for JCPS.
Addie Minor spoke with the family today. She's live tonight at Field Elementary with what they say was caught on hidden camera video. Addie?
Vicki, Rick, it was a heartfelt plea from a worried mother today as Tiffany Lee described what she says happened to her 7-year-old son Samaj here at Field Elementary this week. And now the question she's asking to JCPS is how this was allowed to happen. And I want to give you a quick warning. Some of the video you're about to see and hear might be disturbing.
Get off me now. Get off me now.
A disturbing video.
Get over. Get over.
In which Tiffany Lee says her worst suspicions came true.
My son has severe nonverbal autism. He cannot speak, but I can.
The video you're watching was recorded by a secret body camera Lee says she hid in her 7-year-old son Samaj's ponytail. After she became suspicious, her son was being abused at Field Elementary.
This all started because over the course of months, I was flooded with calls and complaints about my child's behavior. Behavior that was not typical, not normal, and not something as his parents we had ever seen in our sweet child.
Samaj is severely autistic and nonverbal. Lee says he claps or acts out when he feels threatened, something you can hear in the video.
Get off me now, boy.
To actually hear one of our Jefferson County Public School teachers say, "Get out for me," that within itself is a concern.
Metro Council members Tammy Hawkins and Andrew Owens joined Lee to shed light on the allegation.
Guys, what state is this? And I'm sorry. Oh, Louisville, Kentucky? Is that Kentucky? I would imagine. Yes, no.
On Friday.
Our role is not to determine conclusion, but to ensure that when concerns are raised, they are examined fully.
We reached out to JCPS for comment, and a spokesperson says they are taking the allegations very seriously. But to ensure the process is as transparent and accurate as possible, they must follow their policies and procedures, and that the situation is under investigation.
We trusted his school to protect him, to care for him, and to treat him with dignity. Instead, he was harmed, silenced, and failed by the very people who were supposed to keep him safe.
Now, it is important to note that
now they don't show the teacher in this video. I saw a thumbnail. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. The little boy is black, of course. The teacher was white. Yes, no? That is the father that was standing next to the mother. So for those who are saying, where's the father? That was him. Let me go back for a second. That's the father right there. See right there in the green? That's him. Let me finish up here.
Now, it is important to note that it is against JCPS policy to record any video inside of the classroom. So once that video camera was discovered on Samaj, JCPS police were called here to Field Elementary. But JCPS says they are now fully investigating what happened on Wednesday. And they say that staff member in question is now prohibited from being on the premises here at Field Elementary. Live in Crescent Hill, I'm Addie Miners, WLKY News.
Very sad story. Anybody want to chime in? Comment? JR Cigar tapping in Wednesday afternoon. JR Cigar.
Good afternoon, Star. Good afternoon. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I got your new box of Accuracy cigars yesterday. Where do you want to start?
Yes, I want to start and talk about, I know you talking about the Knicks. Kenny Atkinson, the Cleveland Cavaliers coach, he should be fired because they were blowing him out and the Knicks are playing horribly. I just wanted to chime in on that. I'm a New York Knicks guy, but if they lose this series, just because they were attacking James Harden, he didn't know how to adjust. He should be fired off that alone. I was also looking at the Dominican video with the dolls, with the lady showing the light.
Yeah, well, that's not real. I don't want to go back and have a discussion about that.
No problem. Okay.
Unless it's something that's personal to you, anything we can learn from, because it was like an older show.
Well,
somebody sent me a donation, so I played it, but I don't want to go back into.
No, it's not a big deal. Not because I'm always in Dominican Republic, and I do know that Dominicans do prefer a lighter hue, even if they're dark, which is always, I never understood that. I was in a spot, and the owner was Dominican, and he was dark skinned. But he wanted lighter skinned people in there, and I'm like, dude, you're dark as hell. What do you?
Listen, I don't want to go back. That's not my main focus.
Yeah.
So
no problem.
The Knicks won last night. They play again Thursday. Anything else you want to mention about that? You say you're a Knicks fan.
Yes, sir.
How many years?
So
how many years?
I've been a Knicks fan since I was young, since I was like 8 years old. I've been through the wars with Patrick Ewing and John Stark shot us out of the finals, and when the Knicks lost, and then the finger roll, the infamous finger roll Patrick Ewing did, which was horrible. Like, why didn't you just dunk it? You're 7 feet tall.
What about now? Can you accept? And not that you have to follow what I'm saying, but can you accept that the New York Knicks fans of today, they are demanding a championship? They don't give a goddamn what happened in 75, 78, 85, 92. Damn all that old stuff. We're paying crazy money for cable bundles. I don't know how much does a beer cost in the Garden now? Do you know? A beer, hot dogs.
It costs about, depending, it's average is $15.
Okay.
Average.
If I'm spending money, I deserve a championship.
It's been 53 years. It's been 53 years since they last won a championship. Yeah, we demanding a championship.
Jessica, please let me finish. Let me finish. No one cares about how long ago. It's about now. Get it now. That's what I'm saying. So the fans brawling outside, I respect it. Hell, I mean, I might go up to New York. I mean, not that I'm going to go inside the Garden, but I might go outside just to watch them turn up in person if they get to the finals. Your thoughts?
Yes, I believe that the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, this is the team to do it. The team that they have constructed right now, if this ain't the team, it ain't the team because salaries are going to, Jalen Brunson eventually, he took a hometown discount. He's eventually going to want to get that Supermax. They got to do it now. I don't care about OKC. I don't care about San Antonio. Destroy Cleveland Cavaliers, and I don't care who come out the West. They got to win it right now. We demand a championship right now.
There you go.
And people go to www.accuracysmokes.com.
Yeah.
Dominican cigars, the best cigars in the market. They're better than our 12 Wednesday, better than Davidoff, better than Romeo Julieta.
Yeah.
They're great. And in the next hour, anybody goes to the website, www.accuracysmokes.com.
Yes, sir.
You will get a free ashtray if you buy within the next hour.
Okay.
I appreciate you, Star.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Salute.
Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Salute.